The more I learn about capitalism and communism, the easier it is for me to live my life. Understanding how economic circumstances have been shaping humanity's shared experience in a peculiar way has set my mind free. I no longer feel guilty at all times. I feel less and less shame. I'm allowing myself more and more to just enjoy life, enjoy myself, nature, and other people. Guilt and shame, in my opinion, are the major weapons of the modern-day capitalist propaganda. In the so-called westernized parts of the world, it is reinforced tenfold by monotheistic religions. Many will argue that monotheistic religion has long ceased to be a domineering force over many people's lives. The problem is not that religion may or may not influence us directly nowadays. The problem is what it has done to our collective unconscious, to our ancestral memory, to the way we're used to treating each other and our children. Much of the Western philosophy is eternally married to monotheism. The idea of the everlasting will, so strikingly similar to that of some men, is so ingrained within the imperialists' minds that it appears to them impossible that other worlds have existed long before their patriarchal figures of authority emerged out of the dust. Shame and guilt are not exclusive to religion, of course. Some may argue that without them, human morality will be at stake. However, looking into some anarchist ethics, as well as consulting empirical evidence provided by the studies of animal life, bring to life the fact that basing our collective morality on shame and guilt are not at all necessary. Moreover, from a strictly utilitarian point of view, guilt and shame have proven to be ineffective in a strive for a better world. Think about it. How often do we feel guilty enough for long enough to actually bring about a change in our lives? How often does shame lead to qualitative reevaluation of one's choices? In some cases, these two may influence one's consciousness in a positive way. I'd say that the disbalance between how much life's energy is spent and how much improvement has been achieved is too great for shame and guilt to be considered worthy of wasting our time on. Going back to my original claim that learning about fundamental economics and political ideologies has slowly but steadily helped me rid myself of the incessant shame, guilt, and the overall feeling of inadequacy, I'd like to emphasize that learning alone cannot be perceived as the solution to one's individual struggle in life. Acting upon the internalized universal truths, making changes that one sees as beneficial not only to oneself, but on the basis of understanding class antagonism, that is what I believe can truly change one's entire existence. I have been liberated by the collective effort of people who have long before me seen the ways in which we can reshape not only our outward circumstances, but our perception of the world itself, learning from the delicate balance of nature, gaining insight from the mistakes of the past, and moving forward with true confidence, which can only be achieved by humanity as a whole.